I've been delving with several ideas regarding the spindle controller. With the original spindle controller, it uses a KBIC 120 0 to 180 volt DC SCR type controller. The problem is that controller is not um, CNC friendly. This means that in order for you to utilize it for CNC purpose, you need to purchase a special isolation board, which is available from KB Electronics, but it's quite expensive. Another method is to purchase a special isolation board from CNC for PC. It is, if I'm not mistaken, it's called the C6 isolation board. Okay, so I've tried those ideas without using the isolation boards, and it has failed. So after deciding, and with the cost and also time constraint, I came across a DC motor controller, which is a PWM based controller called the uh, HQSXPWM. Okay, now the unit is preset to maximum of DC 0 to 180 volts. The input voltage is can vary from 180 to 260 volts, 50 or 60 hertz. So that is basically your AC input, and this is your variable DC output. It's rated at 8 amp maximum DC current. Okay, this 1 amp here is actually DC excitation. Since I'm using a permanent magnet DC motor for the original CNC, as well original mini lathe, which is a ZYT83, if I'm not mistaken, motor. It's about 180 volts DC, 550 watts of output power. Torque, I do not know, but probably you can calculate the torque rating. Okay, anyhow, this is the controller, the casing of the controller. Now I've taken out the casing, and here is the internals of the controller. Why I need to show you this is because this controller is special. It has a panel here to show you the output voltage as well as the load current. At the same time, it can configure for several items. Okay, now the good part about this controller is it has, according to the panel here, if you have a look, it has AC input, which is the 3 wire here. You have live or line, neutral, and earth, corresponding to AC, and earth. The field connection, which you do not connect, you just have to connect your DC motor to the M plus and M minus respectively. And then you have an enable and ground. Okay, the enable and ground here is basically at this moment is connected to a single pole, single throw switch. Okay, all it does is it connects this ground pin to this enable pin. When it's connected, the output voltage is available at the terminals, motor terminals here, to drive your motor. Otherwise, it's switch off. So for CNC purpose, the enable terminal or the enable capability is important, so that you can disable it when you need to. For example, when you use the command M3 and M4, you are enabling the controller, and when you use M5, you are disabling the controller. So you need to have the capability of enabling and disabling. Okay. At the same time, it has a input terminal here for you to have a variable DC voltage or current. It's available to be either 0 to 10 volt, 0 to 5 volt, PWM, or 4 to 20 milliamp to control this unit. Okay, now for Mark III to control a spindle motor, normally there are several ways to do it. You can send a pulse width modulated signal out from the breakout board or your motion controller, or you can send a 0 to 10 volts DC output from the breakout board or your um, motion controller. Now for this case, I'm going to use the 0 to 5 volt input connected to the breakout board to control this particular controller. Now the thing is, the breakout board has a 0 to 10 volt output. This unit can only accept 0 to 5 volt. Okay, even though it says 0 to 10, but you can accept 0 to 5 volt. All you have to do is to use a voltage divider resistor to reduce the voltage to half the value. Means the breakout board sends out 0 to 10 volts. By using a voltage divider to divide the voltage by 2, I can linearly adjust the output voltage of the breakout board from 0 to 10 to become 0 to 5, which I can connect to this unit. Okay, now I'll proceed with showing you the parameters which I can adjust. Okay, this is the manual, which is also provided by Mr. Evan Lewis. Shout out to Mr. Evan Lewis. Thank you very much to help us out and also help me out in particular. Appreciate it very much. Okay, anyway, the parameters you can change is the output voltage, the motor rated current, the motor acceleration. Acceleration means when you send a control voltage to set the motor speed from 0 to whatever RPM that you want, or 0 to whatever voltage that you want corresponding to the RPM. The voltage will gradually increase or ramp up slowly to a value, to the maximum value, so that it will reduce the transient or the surge current that goes to the motor. Because don't forget, a DC motor under standstill condition will draw a lot of current at the beginning, so you need to have a, they call it, the term is called soft start. So when you have a soft start condition, you ramp up the voltage slowly, and also you when you reach the peak value, the current is basically increases slowly. Okay, now Mark III has this capability as well. You can set the acceleration. So the thing is, I would set the acceleration in the hardware as well as in the software. The value later, I'll discuss the value in the next video. But anyway, today I'll just discuss on the controller itself. Okay, now we also have the ramp down condition. Means when I reduce the voltage from the maximum value to 0, it will slowly decelerate. Okay, okay, now we also have a term called IR compensation. IR compensation is important when you are spinning the spindle at a constant speed, and under load means under when you're cutting your stock, or you are trading, or you are doing any form of turning, it will draw current, a large current from the spindle, and when it draws the large current from the spindle, speed will drop. Now this controller has the ability to compensate for the load, therefore keeping a roughly constant spindle speed. I will demonstrate this in the upcoming videos once I've put this all together in my CNC mini lathe, and I will actually go through how to set the IR compensation according to your application. Okay, at the moment this controller is by default has a IR compensation of 0 according to this. You see, if you see here, motor IR setting, blah blah blah, digital display IR 0. Okay, so by default is set to 0. You can set 0 to 100%. You can't set the value, the amount of value that you need to set depends on your load condition. So it's a kind of a trial and error. If you have any one of you know a better way to do it, please kindly share it in the comments. Okay, now we also have the input signal. According to this, you can set input signal 0 to 5 volt or 4 to 20 milliamp. Okay, now let's give it a try. Okay, now the first parameter here is the motor rated voltage. Okay, what you do is you press, let's go through motor rated voltage. I press switch 1. Be careful not to touch any of this, it's all high voltage. This section is all high voltage. Okay, so be careful, you do not want to touch any of this part. Just keep your fingers dry, touch this, do not use any metal to touch this or whatever. Just be very, very cautious. Okay, now if I press this, hold down for 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. Okay, now if you see, it blinks to 180 volts. So I can increase the voltage by pressing on switch S3. So I can set a maximum, I can hold down, I can set a maximum of 200 and, hold on, I have, let's go, okay. Okay, I can set a maximum of 250 volts, okay, maximum 250 volts, but since I'm using, okay, now you see the output is 250 volts, okay. Now let's go back. If you release it for a period longer than I think about 3 or 4 seconds, it will go back to its default mode. Okay, let's press it again. Okay, I'll set the voltage to 180 volts DC. If your motor is 90 volts DC, then you should proceed to set to 90 volts DC. See, you can go. Okay, if your motor is 90 volts DC, you can set it to 90 volts DC. Okay, just leave it for a while, it will lock the value. So if 90 volts, you want to output the voltage, you can just switch the enable. Okay, observe, if I turn the pot, maximum value, okay, it goes to about 90 volts. Okay, and I can reduce it, okay, all the way to back to 0. Okay, now I disable it first before I go to the program mode. Disable, press S1, hold down. Okay, I'll increase it back to 180 volts DC. My mini lathe uses a 180 volt DC 550 watt motor, so I will just set it back to according to my. You can press slowly or you can hold down. Okay, I'm close. Okay, I'm at 180 volts DC. Just wait for a few seconds, it will lock the value. Okay, done. I've done that. Next parameter we need to set is, according to it, is the motor rated current. Hold down. Okay, just toggle. How to toggle? The function is you press S1, you can see M6, you can see up is the acceleration, you can see down is the deceleration time. Now this is called the IR compensation. This is the input signal, 0 to 5 volt or 4 to 20 milliamps. Then it toggles back. So selecting S3, it will toggle through all the functions. Okay, let's go to the rated current. Okay, my motor rated current I've set to about 6 amp. Now you can actually calculate the rated current by taking the rated power divided by the rated voltage. So for a 180 volts DC motor with a 550 watt, you can calculate roughly what's the rated current. But I would suggest setting maybe a little bit extra 50% for the transient values. Okay, at the moment I've set it to 6 amp. Okay, let's go back to the motor current setting. Okay, let me toggle. Okay, now you see amp is 6, so you can decrease as well as increase. The maximum, if I'm not wrong, is about 10. Maximum is 10 amp. Okay, you can set maximum 10, but I've decided to set it about 6. Okay, leave it for a while, it will lock the value. Okay, why I set it to 6 is based on my original mini lathe controller. it was rated at 6 amps, so I've decided to follow that value. Or you can always follow your motor rated current. Okay, the next value is the motor acceleration time. Okay, again, press switch 1, hold down for more than 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. Okay, press again to toggle. Now you can see up means the acceleration time. By default it's 3 seconds. Now I think you can go up to 10 seconds. Okay, maximum 10 seconds. You can see that 10. Okay, now I will set it to approximately 1 to 2 seconds. Let me set it to about 2 seconds. Let's let it lock the value. Okay, okay, lock. Next, I'll set my deceleration time, which is approximately the same as the acceleration time. Press switch 1 again. As you can see here, switch 1. Hold down 3 seconds. Okay, now press again to toggle down. See here, DOWN. So I set it to 2 seconds. Let's set the value. Lock. Okay, it's locked. Next, we will set the IR compensation. Now at the moment, if you see, let me go to the function. Okay, IR compensation will indicate here as funny looking IR, right? So you can set the value all the way to 100%. Okay, you're almost there. Okay, stop. Maximum 100%. I do not recommend setting to 100%. I would recommend setting to probably start with 0. Start with a 0 value as default. Later on, maybe increase it to about 5 to 10% under load. You have to actually experiment and try out to figure out. There is a formula to calculate it, but I will share this later on. But probably you can try in a trial and error basis. Okay, but I'll reset it back to 0. Okay, IR compensation. Hang on. Okay, IR compensation. I'll set to 0 first. Okay, set to 0 as default. Leave it first. Later on, we will adjust it again. Okay, now next parameter is the input signal. Input signal can be 0 to 5 volt or 4 to 20 milliamps. Okay, according to the panel, if you see here, you have 4 to 20 milliamps, 0 to 10 volt, 0 to 5 volt, PWM, and ground. Okay, now this 5 volt is a reference 5 volt for you to use with your potentiometer. If you see the unit, I have to be careful here. Hang on, let me lift it up. Okay, if you see the potentiometer here, the potentiometer has 3 wires. You have the red wire, the green wire, and the black wire. If you trace the black wire goes to the ground terminal, which is this ground here. This ground and the enable ground is the same ground, so you can actually use this ground or this ground. It's just extra terminals, so these are the same grounds. I've checked them with connectivity. It's actually connected. So this is for your enable and disable, these 2 pins. This is for your ground for your input signals. Okay, then you have the red wire here, which you trace back. It goes to the 5 volt here. Okay, this 5 volt provides a reference voltage for your pot, your variable resistor. This is for you to use it as a manual mode. You can set a knob here for you to set whatever voltage that you want. Okay, and then here you have 4 to 20 milliamps. Okay, now the black wire here, the green wire is the wiper of the potentiometer or the variable resistor. It is connected to the 0 to 5 volt terminal at the moment. Okay, if you were to take out that green wire and connect to 0 to 10 volt, it will still work. Only thing is the output voltage will be half when you set the potentiometer to maximum speed. Okay, so let's leave it at 0 to 5 volts. Okay, now Okay, how do you set to choose? Okay, you can also use current input, which is 4 to 20 milliamp. For this purpose, for Mark 3 mini lathe CNC lathe control or spindle control, we are going to use 0 to 10 volts or 0 to 5 volts. Okay, so for the 0 to 5 volt and 0 to 10 volt, they are the same pin, but 0 to 10 volt is a reduced voltage pin. Means if you supply 5 volt here, the output voltage will be half the value of this setting. If it's 180 volts, it will be 90. But if you supply 5 volt to 0 to 5 volt, it will show you the maximum value or supply maximum voltage. So currently we are connected to this. So for Mark 3 application, we will be using this ground pin, this either 0 to 5 volt or 0 to 10 volt, but you're not using this 5 volt because the voltage will be coming from your breakout board or your motion controller. Okay, if you're using a potentiometer like this or variable resistor, a pot, then you'll be using the internal reference voltage to supply. So you'll be using 5 volt pin, 0 to 5 and ground. Now this unit can also accept PWM input. I will not go into this area. Okay, so I will only use the analog voltages to control it. Okay, so how to set the input? Again, press S1, hold down. Okay, toggle it, amp, up, down, IR compensation. Now this is the input. You can see in 0 to 5, in 4 to 20 milliamp. Okay, set it in 0 to 5. There's only two settings, 0 to 5 volt, 4 to 20 milliamps. So I set 0 to 5 volt. Okay, wait for a while, it will set. Okay, done. So if you observe, let me enable the output, clicking here. Okay, turn the potentiometer, it will increase slowly. Okay, you see now potentiometer, it's at its maximum setting. Current is 0 amp, obviously, because there's no load connected. If there's load connected, it will show you the real-time current draw from your load. And then you have maximum of 180 volts DC. This voltage, you must be careful. It must be set exactly the same value as your DC motor. So if your motor is rated at 220, you should set at 220. Alright, so now I reduce it. See, it's proportional. Okay, observe, if I set it to maximum 180 volts DC, so if your motor is rated at 3000 RPM, no load, at 180 volts DC, the motor will spin at 3000 RPMs. Okay, so let me, while the motor is spinning, let me disable it. Okay, when I disable, observe. Can you see? It's decelerating. So it shows you that your voltage now, your current meter indicates no load voltage of 180 volts, and this is your setting of your potentiometer. So if you observe, I can actually adjust this, but if you measure these terminals here, the M1, M plus and M minus, there will be 0 volts. I've tested this before. Okay, I'll demonstrate later in the next video. Okay, so if you observe this, it's 180 volts DC, ready to go, but it's not available at the terminals at the moment. So because you have disabled it. Okay, now if I observe, if I flip the switch to enable the output will ramp up from 0 to 180 volts in 2 seconds. Okay, let's have a look at the time now. Observe. Okay, I'm gonna do it. 1, 2, go. Wait, let me flip the switch. Okay, just wait. Okay. Okay, 2 seconds, we have 180 volts DC. Now observe, deceleration is go. Okay, about 2 seconds. So deceleration is 2 seconds. Acceleration is about 2 seconds. Okay. Okay, let's set the value. Let's increase it. Okay, I'm going to, oh, wrong, sorry. Okay, I set acceleration now to about 10 seconds, just for the fun of it. Okay, let's see. Okay, observe carefully. Now I'm going to enable the output. It will accelerate, or it will ramp the voltage up slowly all the way to 10 seconds at full 180 volts DC. Observe, taking its time to go up. Can you see? It's slower now, taking its time. Okay, it's approximately 10 seconds. Okay, now deceleration is 2 seconds. Okay, okay, let me set it back. Hold down. Okay, output voltage is 180 volt DC. Output current is 6 amps. Up, I'll reduce it to about 2 seconds. Oops, sorry. Okay, and then I have my deceleration 2 seconds, my IR compensation 0%, my input is 0 to 5 volts, and toggle back. Okay, wait for a while. Okay, everything is set. Okay, okay, now let me reduce it back to 0. Let me enable the output. See, whenever you disable, this will show you the rated output voltage which you set. This will show you the output voltage at the terminals before enabling it. So you can increase. It will increase accordingly. Okay, now when you enable it, this will indicate the load current, and this indicate the load voltage. Sorry. Okay, load current, load voltage. Now observe. Okay, okay, 180 volts DC. Disable. Enable. Disable. Okay, that's all for me at the moment. I will, once I have connected this controller to the spindle, I will include 2 relays to switch directions, either counterclockwise or clockwise direction. 1 relay to enable the drive, and to disable the drive and also energize dynamic brake, and another relay to inhibit, enable or disable this unit. I will share the circuit in the upcoming video, so stay tuned. Thank you for listening, and have a good day. Bye.